guys, welcome to week 4 of distance learning. I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to see you again. And we are on a new module. So we are done with telling time. You guys did such a great job learning to tell time. So we're going to take it back to some skills that we've learned quite a long time ago. And we're just going to ramp it up and make it a little bit harder because you guys are almost to 2nd grade. I know what you're capable of, and we are going to solve comparison word problems. So you remember word problems, not our favorite to do in class, but at home they're going to be a little bit different, and you can use your resources at home like your mom, your dad, or your older siblings to help you solve these word problems. The first thing you're going to do in your packet is your sprint. So you have a sprint in your Tuesday work. You have 90 seconds this time, not 60 seconds, 90 seconds to do as many as you can do on that page. When you're done, come back, but right now pause the video, get your packet and a pencil, and you have 90 seconds. Go. All right, remember tape diagrams? We used to have some rules hung up in our classroom that helped us draw tape diagrams. Well, now they're back. They're a little bit different, and like I said, we're going to make it just a little bit harder because we're almost 2nd graders. So this is an example of a tape diagram that you see on your screen. What's the big number in this tape diagram? Get ready. Yes, 12. 12 is the big number. I know it's the big number because it's at the top. Just like a number bond. If I drew a number bond, the big number goes at the top. What are the two small parts in this tape diagram? Get ready. Yes, 8. And there's 2 answers here. We could have said mystery box or the number that's in the mystery box after they solved, which is 4. So looking at this tape diagram and looking at my number bond, the 2 numbers on the bottom should equal the number at the top. Let's make sure it does. Let's count on from 8 4 times and see if we land on 12. Get 8 going. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 8 and 4 make 12. So now let's get started on our new type of tape diagram. So we have a word problem up on our screen. You can track along with me as I read, or you can pause the video, read it on your own, and come back when you're done reading. Touch the first word. Track along as I read. Rose wrote 8 letters. Nikhil wrote 12 letters. How many more letters did Nikhil write than Rose? If I hear this word problem, I'm thinking Rose has 8, Nikhil had 12. I'm looking for a small number because I know when I hear how many more than, that means subtract. So I have some cubes laid out on your screen. The first amount of cubes is roses. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put an R for rose. The second amount has 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know that stands for Nikhil's letters. I have an R and an N. We know that that means those are the first letters of their names. Now, the amount that I'm looking for, how many more than, is this blank space that's above the 12. Nikhil had 12. 12 is a bigger number than 8. We all know that 12 is bigger than 8. We want to know how much bigger it is than 8. So what's a minus problem I could write starting with 12 that would tell me the missing number that you see in that box that I drew? Think, think, think. What's the subtraction problem I could write? Get ready. Yes, 12 minus 8 equals mystery box. I'm going to write that minus problem. And we're going to solve this minus problem together. Now there's some different ways that I can solve. I can solve by counting backwards from 12 all the way till I get to 8. What's another way I could solve this problem? Think, think, think. If you said we could count on, you're totally right. We could either count backwards or we could count on from 8 until we got to 12. Let's do that. Get 8 going and count on to 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 minus 8 equals, get ready, yes, 4. So if I wanted to write this as a statement to answer the question, how many more letters did Nikhil write than Rose? Nikhil wrote 4 more letters than Rose. Let's try another one. You guys are so good at tape diagrams. Now this one gets a little trickier. Not only are the words a little bit harder, but the numbers are bigger. So now, pause the video if you want to read it on your own or track along as I read. Tamara collected 9 seashells on the beach. Julio collected 11 seashells. How many more seashells did Julio collect? How many fewer seashells did Tamara collect? So now I'm going to set it up the same way I did the last problem using my cubes. I know that Tamara had 9, and I know that Julio collected 11. We want to know how many fewer seashells Tamara collected. So this empty space here is the number we're looking for. What's a minus problem I can write for this story? Using the two numbers we know, 11 and 9, what's a minus problem I could write? Get ready. Yes, 11 minus 9 equals mystery box. I'll write that minus problem. Now, what's the easiest, quickest, most efficient way for me to find this answer? Do I want to count backwards from 11 all the way back to 9? Or do I want to count on? Get 9 going and count on to 11. 9, 10, 11. So 11 minus 9 equals, yes, 2. If I wrote this as a statement, how many fewer seashells did Tamara collect? Or how many more seashells did Julio collect? It's the same answer. Julio collected 2 more seashells, or Tamara collected 2 fewer seashells. So there's 2 questions. We have to give 2 answers. I really want you to understand that when you draw your tape diagram, it may not look like these cubes. You could have one big box. I'll do it in black so you can really see. You could have one big box that equals your 9, and one big box that equals your 11. They don't have to be separate boxes, but when you draw your tape diagram, it should look something like this tape diagram. So make sure that you pause, come back to this in your video if you need help on your problem set. Let's see, a new question. How many seashells did Tamara and Julio collect all together? Let me just erase. So now I want to know how many they collected all together. When I hear the word all together, is it a minus problem? No. When I hear all together, I know that it's a plus problem. So using the numbers that we know, 9, and 11, what's a plus problem I could write to figure out how many seashells they have all together? Get ready. Yes, 9 plus 11 equals mystery box. Let's write that plus problem. And what's a way that I can solve this problem? If you said count on, I love that answer. I could also go through and count all of these cubes since they separated it like that, but on your tape diagrams, they will not be separated like cubes. So I love the idea of getting a number going and counting on. Which number is bigger, 9 or 11? Get ready. Yes, 11. So I want to get 11 going because it's the bigger number, and I'm going to count on 9 times until I stop to get my answer. So I have 9 fingers up. Get 11 going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So So 9 plus 11 equals, get ready, yes, 20. How many seashells did Tamara and Julio collect all together? They collected 20 seashells. So on your problem set, the expectation is you are drawing a tape diagram that looks similar to the ones that we practiced together on my screen and like the example up in the corner. Your numbers are going to be different than this example, but it should look and be set up something like this. So use the first letters from the names that you see in the story. Use the numbers that they give you. And make sure you're paying attention to keywords. Like when I hear how many more than, I know it means subtract. So pay attention to those keywords as you're going through. If you need help with these, rewatch the video and see those keywords and how we set it up. When you hear how many more than, you know you're going to have a minus problem, but your tape diagram should look pretty much like this one. Use that as an example. That's a resource for you to use. Same thing for number 2. Use the first letter in the names and the numbers that they give you. Number 3, you're doing the same thing. The numbers get bigger as we go if you haven't noticed. Number 4, doing the same thing. All of the problems in the problem set that you have to complete on your own are minus problems. So that means you are setting it up with the big number first. The big number minus the small number they give you equals the mystery box. So use that as fuel to draw your tape diagrams and write your number sentences to solve these problems. Stop. This is the end of lesson 1. So go complete the problem set and your homework on your own. I will see you on Thursday for lesson 2. Good luck. See y'all later.